I opened the app expecting to see maybe 2 grand, 3 grand tops. I thought I was being responsible. But the number on the screen didn't look like a mistake. It looked like a crime scene. $10,000. Gone. In 30 days. And the scariest part? I couldn't point to a single fun memory I had bought with it. Hi, I'm Daniel Brooks, and you're watching Wealthic Voyage. Today we're diving into the month I accidentally spent the price of a decent car and the psychological blind spots that make all of us spend money we don't even remember touching. Let me ask you a question. When you swipe your card or tap your phone, do you feel the money leaving your hands? If you're like most people, the answer is no. We live in a frictionless economy. The money doesn't feel real. It feels like data points. This story starts on a Tuesday morning. I was doing my monthly review, which I thought I was diligent about. I sat down with my coffee, feeling pretty good about myself. I hadn't bought any big toys that month, no new MacBook, no designer watches, no extravagant vacations. I remember thinking, man, I've really been disciplined this month. I bet I saved a ton. I opened my credit card app to pay the balance. I was expecting the usual $2,500 to $3,000. My heart actually skipped a beat when I saw the total balance, $10,132.47. I stared at it for a solid 5 minutes. I actually refreshed the app, thinking it was a glitch. Surely someone stole my card. Was I a victim of identity theft? I clicked into the transactions. There were no charges for luxury cars or jewelry stores. There was no fraud alert. The transactions were mine. They were just small, invisible. $100 here. $50 there, $20 everywhere. Have you ever had that moment where you realize you aren't the person you thought you were? That was me. I thought I was a saver, a conscious spender. But the receipts told a different story. I started printing out the statement. I grabbed a highlighter. I needed to find the leak. The first thing I noticed was what I call the death by 1,000 cuts. We've all heard about the latte factor, the idea that small daily coffees add up. But this was something else entirely. The convenience tax. I looked at food delivery apps. I saw orders on days I didn't even remember ordering. A Tuesday night. I was tired. I ordered a burger and fries. Cost $34. Wait, tip and fees? Total $52. I ate a $52 burger while watching Netflix. I didn't even enjoy it. The micro subscription web. I found subscriptions I didn't even know I had. A meditation app I hadn't opened in 6 months, a niche streaming service, a premium version of a photo editor I used once. Total monthly bleed, $80. The social drain. I saw 3 separate Uber rides where I could have taken the subway. Why? Because I was running 5 minutes late, or I just didn't feel like walking. Each ride was $25. Total, $75. Add these up. Just these mindless habits accounted for nearly $2,000 that month. $2,000 gone, just because I was too lazy to cook or plan ahead. But that still didn't explain the $10,000 total. I had to dig deeper. I had to face the psychology of my own ego. As I dug through the list, I found the bigger chunks, the mid-range purchases. These weren't rent or bills. These were things I bought to solve emotional problems. I saw a charge for $450 at a home goods store. I remembered that day. I was feeling stressed about work. I felt like my apartment was messy, and that was adding to my anxiety. So I went out and bought organization, bins, baskets, a new lamp. I spent $450 to feel organized. But here is the kicker. I never actually organized the apartment. The bins are sitting in the corner, still in the bag. Ask yourself, how often do you shop to fix a feeling? Bored? Buy a gadget. Sad? Buy comfort food. Insecure? Buy status clothes. I found $300 worth of clothing from a flash sale. I bought them because they were 40% off. I didn't need clothes. I needed the dopamine hit of winning a deal. I realized that I was treating money like a painkiller. Whenever I felt a negative emotion, stress, boredom, fatigue, I swiped my card to make it go away. But the relief only lasted minutes, while the debt lasted months. By the time I tallied up the emotional spending, I was over $6,000. Add my rent, utilities, and car payment, and suddenly That $10,000 number made perfect sense. It wasn't one big mistake. It was a lifestyle of unchecked impulses. So, how did I not notice? This is what I call money amnesia. We have become disconnected from our cash. When we used to pay with physical bills, you saw your wallet get thinner. You felt the weight of the money leaving. Now, it's a magic tap. Beep, done. I realized I was suffering from swipe blindness. I was swiping so often that my brain stopped registering the transaction as a loss. It just registered it as a task completed. Got coffee? Task complete. Got ride? Task complete. I also realized I was relying on my memory to track my spending. That is the biggest lie we tell ourselves. We think, I'll remember that purchase. You won't. I bought $200 worth of groceries, threw half of it away because I ate out instead, and forgot the money was even spent. That's wasting money twice, once on the food and once on the delivery that replaced it. Our brains are not built to track hundreds of microtransactions a month. We are built to hunt and gather. In the modern world, gathering is too easy. We are gathering ourselves into poverty. I stood there in my living room, holding that paper, feeling sick. But that sickness was the cure. I realized that mindfulness is more valuable than income. It doesn't matter if you make $5,000 a month or $20,000 a month. If you have swiper's blindness, you will spend it all. Here is the lesson I want you to take away today. We often think financial freedom is about having millions of dollars. But real freedom is about alignment. It's about making sure your spending matches your values. That month, I spent $10,000. But I didn't spend a dime on my actual dreams. I didn't invest in my business. I didn't invest in my health. I just spent. So, I challenge you to do what I did. Go back and look at your last month. Don't just look at the total. Look at the line items. Ask yourself, did this purchase bring me joy, or did it just silence a feeling? If you want to stop the bleeding, you have to introduce friction. Unlink your credit card from your browser. Delete the food delivery apps. Force yourself to manually enter your card number every time you buy something online. Make it hard to spend, because the easier it is to spend, the harder it is to keep. Money is a terrible master but an excellent servant, but if you aren't watching it, it will serve no one but the merchants. Wake up, check your statement, take control, because the most expensive thing you can buy is the lie that it doesn't matter. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.